Metroid Prime part version 2 now, which it loses its shell. Looks ugly to me. It's coming out of its body somehow. Looks weird. It's all looks like it just kind of teleported out of its body really quick. Don't try shooting it with anything else but the hyper mode because
Phase-on gun, phase-on beam.
yeah, it won't do anything. Hyper mode is phase-on beam, Dad.
Well, it's not. It wasn't named that in this game.
Sure it is. It says hyper mode when you stand in one of the puddles.
Oh, okay. I haven't noticed that. There's a puddle. So in case it's not obvious, you go stand in it. You have to change to the
X-ray visor.
X-ray visor. Why are you in? Oh, okay. And then you shoot
See,
her.
it says hyper mode right there.
Sure does. And that's phase-on you're shooting at her. And then basically you just stay out of her way. Jump over those waves that she throws at you.
If you want, you can go stand on her old skeleton to stay out of the waves.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a skeleton.
Well, I watched this one guy, Lanson. He did it. He was on the Wii version. Lanson, whatever.
So she will turn to the heat visor there. I mean the thermal visor. The order is always battle visor. Combat visor, X-ray visor, thermal visor. Just in that order, and then back to the battle visor.
Yeah, sometimes you can't even see her unless you have the combat visor on. It's kind of weird.
Oh, really? If she goes to
Combat visor
she disappears out of the thermal visor.
and the X-ray visor.
Well, that's pretty cool. You have to have the right visor on then, or you can't see her.
Okay,
Oh, look at that. You got some Metroids to chase.
and they are regular Metroids because they have regular brains. So don't use the power bomb on them. It's just wasting power bomb. Now this thing's pretty easy to beat, except for those Metroids that send out. Pretty much just jump over its shockwaves or go stand on his body until it opens the pool. And then, yeah.
Well, this is actually not that bad of a battle here. You lose a few.
Now we don't.
Especially when you're trying to fight those little Metroids and she's sending shockwaves at you at the same time and you can't really get your timing exactly right.
We have no idea why it's like the gun is pumping while we're locked onto her for some reason. It's all pumping. Like
There you go, you got hit by a wave there.
trying to get to the puddle.
I think the puddle might wear out if you don't get to it very fast.
No, I don't think so.
Seems like it loses some of its vigor.
I have no idea, but some reason speedrun people jump out of the puddle and jump back in and shoot her, jump out of the puddle, jump back in and shoot her. If somebody knows why, could you please tell us in the comments?
Yeah, why do they do that? They don't shoot a steady beam at her, they pulse it at her for some reason. It might be just the nature of the game, an earlier version. It seems like the speedrunner guys like the earlier versions.
Yeah, but it did it on the Wii version too, and it doesn't really do that on the Wii version. See, those were fission Metroids because they had white brains.
The best treatment there is to just use power bomb. She's gone.
If you're not hitting her with the phase-on beam, and you can't even lock onto her, and she's jumping around like that, she's gone.
Not that you need to save your phase on because the game's over now.
But it's kind of annoying. That phase-on gun is really powerful, and you're supposed to be able to have it after you beat the Omega Pirate. But there's nothing to use it for. So you can't use it until this battle.
What's that guy's name? Grievous
Rocks?
Grievous Rocks pointed out that she ended this game with a full gambit of artillery. She was loaded with guns and power. And at the beginning of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, she had hardly anything. Like, where did all those guns go? That was
She
a
had
pretty
the
good
space jump
observation
boots.
on his part.
She had that space jump. She had space jump boots.
But she didn't have a wave beam, and she didn't have plasma gun.
Well, yeah, you have to get new beams for that game.
Yeah. It just seems like she should. If she
What
did,
I don't like
she
about-
went to the trouble. She ought to be able to keep them for the next game.
What I don't like about Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, though, is that when you get a new beam, you have a certain amount of ammo. That is just wrong. I hate that.
Oh well. A lot of people have some beefs about Metroid Prime Echoes. You know, she's not as beautiful as she could be. Seems like they should make her tough looking, kind of scary looking instead of some sort of supermodel or something. She looks like Ellie McPherson.
You know, she just came from a mission and her hair's all clean.
Yeah,
Her
she'd be
hair-
all sweaty and stuff. We'll go ahead and let the closing credits roll. And I think we ended up with 93%, and I don't think there's really much else to comment about.
Oh yeah, and have we ever told you this is Player's Choice Edition?
Yeah, this is the Player's Choice Edition, which I think is the best. They worked out what some people thought were cool features of the game, which really boiled down to bugs.
You can still get out of the game in some places though, which is cool.
Well, that's, yeah, but I'm talking about, for, you know,
Yeah,
shortcuts, how you can get the early jump boots.
Oh, you can still do that. If you remember that one.
Yeah, but
That's really hard to do though.
it's still, yeah, it's so hard. And it's not the way you're supposed to play the game, and it's so far out of sequence that it doesn't help people to see you do that.
Plus, if you do have this early space jump boots, you can't defeat Flahagra like that. If you jump over there and land
Yeah,
a bomb,
they don't show you
still
the
can't
right.
do that.
They don't show you the right way to beat Flahagra.
The wrong way.
Well, they show you the wrong way.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Speedrun people do.
Anything else? Because if you can't think of anything, maybe we should just let the credits roll and call it a day.
We have comments if you wanted to tell anything to us.
Yeah, don't forget to tell us stuff. But realize that this was a lot of hard work for us, so if you don't like the way we did something, well, too bad. Well, let's let the credits roll and people can enjoy that we got 93%. Okay, Eric Bush, he's no relation. What else?
Very funny.